the same thing.
Alright, so we're good there. Go here.
See, because the other one, all you do is you just press go live, and
Yeah.
then it brings the live dashboard.
Okay, now we have made it.
Can they see us?
No, they can see the thumbnail, but that's it. So, but we'll give it a minute and let people matriculate from the other over to here, hopefully. Go
Um,
to live chat.
okay, yeah, we are in a different one.
Yeah,
I'll share that real
yeah,
quick.
yeah. We'll go ahead and transition to us so they can see us when they get here and they know that we're doing it. Okay, so let me go back here. So, okay, yes, we are live. Thank goodness. Oh, no, I don't need to press stop. I almost did. But it still shows 4 people waiting in the other
Uh,
one.
free on this one.
Let me just go over
Share it over
here.
here.
It shows. Oh, I guess I probably need to go here. Sorry if we're not talking, we're working. We will be with you in just a second. If anybody's out there, I don't even know if anybody's out there.
There's 3
All right,
watching now.
there we go. So, hello everybody. Sorry about the technical difficulties, but we finally made it. We are here. Welcome to Weekday Wisdom. Texas Cloud Town and I are happy that you're here. Uh, like we've said before, it may be one person, it may be 100 people, doesn't matter. We're going to be here regardless. So let's start off with some buffets. Jay, what you got going on tonight?
Well, I got the profile unity on top of the hammer because always hammer time with some brewed awakening, the chai tea. Next, I got the rebirth RDA from Mike Vapes on the Dreamer Ellie with the gold button, gold top. And inside that, I got some mango twist. It's the mango cream dream, so it's pretty good. I like it. And then I got the Turk V2 on top of the Red Dreamer, DHD, Chop Top Inferno, all red out. And then you got to match your bottle, of course, with some Turkish Harvest. And then I got lastly my NATO with the Turk V2, another DHD Chop Top, the Stay Gold with some icing on the flakes. Once again, match game on point. Where you at, frames?
Well,
And that's all I got. See, I got a short buffet today.
well, my match game is about to take a hit, but this is so good that it doesn't matter to me because I got my gunmetal drop on my black stainless keen with a DHD nub tip. But I set that up specifically for my Woolly Bully Banana Land. Hello, hello. That stuff is phenomenal. If you haven't been able to get any, pay attention to Cold Turd's website. You have to get some. It's awesome. So, as always, Got my dead goat on my Mr. Just Right with the shamrock cookie every day, all day. Still got my Amit MTL on the Armor Pro with the Crucible butterscotch ice cream from Paradigm. Let me turn this light down a little bit. It's kind of
Sounds right up my alley. That sounds good.
yeah, it's really good. It's it's not a real in your face flavor. It's just kind of a real smooth. It's not like a how the Shamrock cookie is. It's got that real bold.
Yeah.
It's real bold, but that is just it's not muted, but it's just kind of there, and it's just really smooth.
Yeah.
It doesn't, and it's not. It says ice cream, but there's no culotta, there's no menthol, none of that stuff. It's just kind of like a
Okay.
butterscotch and cream flavor altogether. But it's really good, especially with that's 12 milligram max VG, and it's really
Mm-hmm.
good in that little MTL setup. We got
Nice.
the White Dreamer Black Axial with the Ghost Chop Top from DHD. In there, the other Paradigm favorite Wicked Berry. I got my. I've always got my Unity, so it's nothing new for me. On the Shogun, another Chop Top DHD. Shout out to Jess Marie for matching that up for me. So, in there, I got the Bell Islander IVC. That stuff's really good too if you like blackberry lemonade. And then, of course, got my Caliburn with the Solus Mint, which is not on my desk at the moment. I have no clue of where it is. It's probably in the living room, but it's all good. I think that's the last place I filled the pod, but I don't really remember. So, but that's all I've got. Once again, thank y'all. Sorry about the difficulties, but we're gonna make it. So,
Mm-hmm.
but we wanted to talk about. All right, the first thing I want to talk about is this guy from San Francisco, Ted Egan. When I saw this the other day, well, first off, let me say shout out to Vape World, and it's spelled. Hold on, they spell it weird. They're on Instagram, and I think it's VAEP, but I want to make sure. Yes, VAEP World. They post a ton of stuff for advocacy and activism. I don't know really anything about them personally, but with the stuff they post, man, it's awesome. They put out a lot of good information, and I would go give them a follow simply because it gives you that information so you can pass it on to somebody else. But they posted this from the San Francisco Chronicle, and this is from Ted Egan. He is the chief economist for the city of San Francisco, and I quote: Ted Egan, the city's chief economist, said that the office reviewed the legislation of banning sales of vape products and found it would not have a material impact on the San Francisco economy because the money spent on vaping products would continue to be spent in the city on other nicotine products such as cigarettes. So you're taking away something that's 95% healthier, that saves people's lives. It saved mine. I'll be the first one to tell you because without this, I know I've spent way too much money on this, and I say that quietly because my wife's in the other room. So, but it's something that I can say saved my life, and I will always stand by that statement. I don't care who asks. You know, doesn't matter to me. But they're going to take that away and say, oh, you can just smoke. It doesn't make good sense. I don't know who this guy is, but here, let me just do this real quick because I happen to have Mr. Egan's contact information for you guys. If anyone would like to contact him, I tried to find him on Twitter, couldn't find him. Couldn't find the Office of Economic Analysis on Twitter, nor could I find the. Let's see, how do I get back to where I was? There I am. I couldn't find the. Well, hold on, I lost my chat. I couldn't find his position on Twitter. I couldn't really find anything about him because there's a list of Ted Egans a half a mile long when you try to look it up on Twitter. So I really didn't have enough time to go through that. But I put this link in the chat. That link is to, it gives you his office phone, his email. Uh, Feel free to email. Ask the question, why would you take away something that's 95% healthier? To me, it doesn't matter where you're from. I'm from Alabama, and I will send him an email. It does, to me that makes no difference because advocacy as a whole, it doesn't matter where you live. There's a lot of people there that did probably advocate for this bill not to go through, but they didn't make it. Not saying anything bad about those people. It just didn't go their way, and that's understandable. But we have to support them through this time, and I think maybe letting this uh, economy guy know not just how it's going to affect the spending, how is it affecting people losing their jobs? How is it affecting people losing their businesses? And I don't really know how many shops are in that San Francisco area. I think it's just the city of San Francisco. I wish I knew how many vape shops were in the city of San Francisco because it's pointless for them to be open now. They're going to end up closing their doors, and that's at least, even if the owner ran everything, you have one person losing their livelihood completely. One person can't support their family anymore. And that's at a minimum. The bigger shops may have 3 and 4 people working there. Uh, I don't know what to say. There's nothing you could say to those people. Hey, I'm sorry you lost your job, but we don't think you need to be doing this. Well, you just took food out of my kid's mouth. You're the reason that I'm not going to have a car anymore. You're the reason that I don't have a place to live because you wanted to ban this product. And
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see the research that they had that led them to this decision. Uh, which kind of leads us to another subject that we'll cover here in a little bit. Uh, but Jay, what do you got to say about this?
Dang it, I forgot what I was saying earlier. What did I say? This is outright outrageous.
Yeah, there we
That's
go.
what I might start doing some rants, and that's gonna be the title of everything. Outright outrageous.
Hmm.
Because you think about all the people who open up vape shops. Now there are the people out there who have the money and they just do it just to make money off it, correct? But then you have the people out there like the one in my local town, and I like to refer to them all the time because they are small people, small business people. They actually share, and there you go. They actually share a building, and when I talk about a building, I mean like the size of my living room building with with a lady who does insurance on one side. You walk in the door and you can go this way for the insurance or you can go this way for the vape shop. And I'm pretty sure they have a lot of money invested into it. Probably a lot of their life savings they have invested into that because think about it, you got to keep working until you get the shop open because you're not going to make any money working at another place. So if you have two people like they do, that's what they did. The husband worked, the wife, she got the vape shop ready up and going. And then once they started making money, yeah, he quit his job and he got over there too and started working at the vape shop. But you think about how much money they have in that. And like Shane says, you're going to be taking food out of my child's mouth. You're going to be taking food or you're going to be taking the car away from me, taking away all my source of money. But yet it's just crazy how they're going to make statements and think it's okay like that. To me, it's outright outrageous. That's all I have to say about that. It's just dumb. And then to pretty much go out there and pretty much say, oh well, California, we don't really care. I mean, we're still going to be making money off of cigarettes, and honestly, he didn't say we're going to be making money off cigarettes, but they're going to still be spending their money on it, which we all know where a lot of that money goes, MSA money and yada yada on down the list. But pretty much we haven't been able to find a good way to tax vaping and nationwide and everything. So let's just go ahead and get rid of it, and let's let people just die off of tobacco cigarettes. Because, like I always say, 480,000 people, that's 500,000 damn near. And that's just a rough estimate, is 480. So I'm just going to start saying 500,000 people every year just in the United States alone die from combustibles or get, I'm just, and this is just them dying. This isn't like, okay, who has cancer from it? Who else in the world? This is just the United States. And it's just crazy how, and this is going to get to further things, but it's just crazy how people can't open their damn eyes and realize what a life-saving thing this can be. Yeah, it might be a little bit stereotypical on people, and they might say, we don't want that in our city, we don't want those stereotypes in our city, we don't want this or that. But do you also want someone walking around like on the Holy Grail, bring out your dead, because you have that many people dying? And that, see, the Holy Grail is a good movie. I
Yeah.
could read comedy to seriousness, but it's serious. It's,
Yeah.
are they going to start carrying around carts? Or are they going to have a dump truck come around for people dying? Because it's just crazy to me. It's crazy to it's honestly crazy for him to release a damn statement about that and not think, oh, okay, well, I wonder what people are going to say. Even the people who don't agree with vaping are probably gonna be like, well, that was a stupid statement for you to put out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty, it's just pretty dumb in my eyes.
Yeah. And I mean, I guarantee you the people that worked at the vape shop won't be spending their money because they won't have
Yeah,
any.
I'm pretty
You
sure
know?
pretty sure everyone who saw that post got pretty fired up once they saw it. Because when I saw it, I think I put it on my story. I'm like, really,
Yeah.
WTF? It's like, really,
Yeah.
like, is this what America's turning into? Like, we all know, okay, yeah, they're all about the money. They're not really about the health. But are we not going to lie about it anymore? Are we just going to come out and say it? Because I mean, honestly, that'd be nice if everyone would just come out and say it instead of lie.
Exactly.
But is this a turning point where everyone's going to start coming out and saying stuff instead of just lying about it? So, I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, this guy, he has some balls. I'll give him that. He has some balls to come out and actually say it and actually just, you know what? It's fine. We're still going to make money. People are still going to be spending their money on cigarettes. It's gonna be going to other places. The city's still going to make money off it and everything. But it's just why would you make a statement like that and let it get released? Because I mean, if it was something you said off to the side to someone and they went off and published it, whatever. But I'm pretty sure this is a statement you made publicly or you made to a reporter or something like that. And it's just, to me, it's just absolutely crazy
Yeah. I
to.
mean, it had to be. I would assume, since it's listed under the San Francisco Chronicle, that they're kind of putting their name on it. We got this information, we're sharing it.
Yeah,
Uh,
because what he what was he, an economist or something like that?
yeah, the chief economist for the city of San Francisco.
So, like Shane said, he did put the link in there. It has his phone number. So it might be to his receptionist. We don't know. We haven't called it yet, but it also has his email. It might even have the address on there. Send your letters. Start emailing the hell out of this guy. Be like, what's up with that statement? Like, are you trying to have more than 500,000 people die a year? I mean, it's just, it's crazy, and that's just in the United States. Thank you, Addy. Yes, it's 1,315 a day. That's 54 an hour. So
Yeah,
pretty much every minute and 6 seconds, something like that. Every minute and 4 or 5, yeah, about 4 seconds, something like that. You're having someone die. So this stream is usually what, like an hour and a half.
yeah,
That's over
that's,
60 people dying right there,
yep.
around 60 people. So I mean, it's just crazy. I don't. That statement just gets me fired up. I
Oh,
don't.
I
I don't.
know, I know. And there's certain things that you just can't. Ron White said it best. You can't fix stupid. And
Yes.
I don't mean that as an insult to Ted Egan. It's just he may not know. That's one thing that we, you know, I get fired up about things. I know, Jay does, and Logan's out there in the chat, and I know he does. But there's one thing that we have to think about, and this guy may not be educated on what vaping is and what vaping does. He probably doesn't even know. He's looking at it from a money standpoint. He's looking at the black line and the red line, and that's it. And as long as those two lines stay away from each other, he's okay. That's
Yep.
really all he's concerned about. How much taxes, how much money do we have, and how much money do we have coming in.
Hmm.
So,
And it's just, I don't know. It's just crazy. I don't get it. It's to me that was like the stupidest thing you can ever say. I guess there's people out there who are book smart and get your degree.
and
It
have
doesn't mean they
no
have.
common sense. Yeah,
I
have
know a lot of people
zero.
like that. And I don't know
Yeah,
if this guy has common sense, but just a guess, I'm gonna say no.
yeah. My oldest son is that way. Very book smart and zero common sense.
Well, you did tell us about the about the thing that happened the other weekend, so yeah.
Yeah. So, and he goes to, yeah, he goes to school 3 hours away from here at Auburn. And he calls me one day and says, "Hey, I got a flat tire." And I was like, "Well, change it." And he was like, "Well, who do I call?" And I was like, "You don't call anybody. You get out of the car and go to the side and take the tire off." "Oh, okay." And then it's not 30 seconds later. "Hey, these bolts are really tight." I was like, "Yeah, they're holding your tire on. You have to really, really torque it to get it off." I said, "Sometimes you even have to stand. Sometimes you even have to stand on it to get it loose." "Oh, okay, okay." Golly. So, but back to our subject. We'll talk about that some other time. But we have a lot of good times with him. So, but what was the? There was the second thing. What was it? I
The
can't.
China,
There was something else too. What was the other thing?
um, FDA launches new efforts for real cost campaign
Oh, that was it. Yeah,
on
the
vape magazine.
the stupid magic tricks. So, which I don't
Posting it
know.
right.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw what Stefan did from Not Blowing Smoke. He took the videos and actually
Um,
recorded them in reverse
mhm.
and put them out there.
There you go. See,
So he was taking a cigarette and turning it into a vape.
there you go. And the thing with that one, that oh god, you're just trying to get me pissed off today. And the thing is we're not even talking about huge subjects. We're just talking about people making ignorant. I don't want to say the word, but we're talking about people making ignorant claims and ignorant
Choices.
things out there. Yeah, it's just why it's well no, it does not lead to smoking cigarettes. There's actually I just saw it on Instagram. Was it the CNC something like that? They last
CDC.
Tuesday they posted something. CDC, they came out with a report saying that vaping does not lead towards cigarettes, but it's going to take the United States and our ignorant asses to be able to pay attention to that. We're eventually gonna see that article. All the vapors will, but all the other people, all the politicians, everything, they won't see that for another 4 years because you got to get your head out of the money's ass to be able to see it. I guess
Exactly.
your head's too
They're
far in the money bag. You're too far in the money bag right
yeah,
now.
they're
It's
they're
that's
buried up
it's
in
just too
that.
much.
Yeah, they've got their head buried up in the money bag and not paying any attention to what really is going on. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what gets me is there. Yes, there's a lot of money out there. Money doesn't make the world go round for me. I don't know about you guys. It does not for me. We have enough, me and my family. We pay the bills every month. If we have money left over, hey, that's good. We did all right this month. We may put some.
Mm-hmm.
We always have to put some back, of course, and we have a budget that we go by. So I don't care if I have millions of dollars. You know, like I said, I'll get enough to get by, and I'm okay. And I wish a lot of other people would take that stance. Hey, if you make $1 million a year, I'm happy for you. You know, I would love to make that
But
much
can you
money.
make $1 million a year and be honest? That's the one thing.
Exactly. Can
Like
you?
Shane says, I'd rather make enough to get by, or I'd rather make less than enough to get by than be someone who has to have the money but also has to lie to get the money. To me,
Exactly.
that's just showing what the U.S. really is about. And to me, coming from this country, and there's a lot of people out there who, oh, I'm proud of my country. I even posted it on Twitter. I'm proud of my country. It's just really, like, do we have to lie about everything? Can we just make, see, there you go. Oh, you're lucky. But it's do we have to really make all these ignorant lies about everything? Or we're acting like vaping just came out. That's what the government's acting like, and the FDA and everyone's acting like vaping just came out and we have no studies on it. No, it's been out for years,
Yeah.
10 plus years, and we still can't look at the facts. We have reputable places, reputable doctors, physicians, reputable colleges that do a bunch of studies. But no, we're gonna pay a college to do a study to kind of, let's false it a little bit. Let's make it to where it doesn't vaping doesn't look good, and we'll
Right.
pay y'all a little bit more. It's no, that's BS. It's like why can't we just be honest? This should be, as I would rather. Well, I won't take it that far, but we should make it the land of the free and the land of the honest, but we can't do that because of course we have to lie about everything. And
Yeah.
it says right here, this ad will run on TV networks that include Teen Nick, which has a lot of kids watching it, a lot of teens watching it. And who watches the kids when they're watching it? Adults,
Mm-hmm.
so your parents. The CW, MTV, ESPN, and additional to streaming and social media sites. And they're also making a whole lot of these posters, and they're going to put them in high school bathrooms. And it's just they're trying to stop the epidemic, but what they're and this is another thing I posted on Twitter. See, when I get good thoughts in my head, I just type them down on Twitter because good
Yeah.
thoughts always go. But the thing is oh, they they want to sit there and they want to call everything an epidemic. Oh, this is epidemic. This is epidemic. I can't remember what show it was, but they were talking about it. I think it was with Swags or it was with someone. I can't remember what show though, but they were talking about, well, yeah, look at all these companies. Look at what is the one for not parents against teen vaping, places like that, against smoking, against this and that. Well, now they're having to fight the vaping epidemic, and they're having to fight this because they want it to go back to smoking, so that way they have a way to be able to get money and be able to fight it. And the thing is they're making up this stupid ass epidemic about vaping. Oh, this we're gonna give false numbers to make it look like it's so serious and this epidemic and how big it is. But really, all what they're gonna do is they're gonna bring it right back to where kids and teens are smoking combustible cigarettes. And I'm not gonna say it, but there's better things people could be doing than smoking cigarettes. And it's just stupid that how the United States wants to look at it like, oh well, vaping just got into our country, so we're gonna start putting out all these false things. No, it's been around. There's studies. Just honestly, I mean, if I can do it and I have time to Google something while while I'm in the restroom and I'm sitting there playing Flappy Bird, you're playing Angry Birds or whatever on Instagram, you have time to Google one thing, and just one article a day. And maybe that's something we should start tweeting at all of our uh, governors and all the people in the FDA is, hey, start actually looking up real articles. Quit paying for false articles, and quit trying to make it actual epidemic of teen smoking cigarettes. Because I mean, 95% healthier and safer for you. I'm not going to say, hey, if you're underage, go buy this. No, you shouldn't be doing it anyway. But
Exactly.
another thing is, we shouldn't have them smoking cigarettes, because that's all this is going to lead to is them smoking cigarettes again. Just so that way, stupid little organizations against teen smoking and teens vaping can make their money again. And it's just outright outrageous.
Yeah. And most of you know my view on this, Do you honestly believe that the 16, 15, 16-year-old kid out there wants this because it tastes good? No. They want this because they get high off of it. They get a buzz off of it. That's exactly why they want one. I don't care what any of them say. They're all going to lie and say, oh, I like this because it tastes good. No, stupid, you don't. You like it because you get a buzz off of it. And it doesn't matter to me, like I just said, whatever they say, I don't believe it because I know that's why they're using it or why they have it. Why they're using it because they get a buzz off of it. Why do they keep using it? Because they think it makes them look cool. The same thing we thought whenever we were smoking. Oh, I'm smoking a cigarette. I'm cool now. No, you're stupid because 20 years from now you're going to have lung issues and you're not going to be able to go up a flight of stairs without stopping and getting winded. And then 20 years later, now you're going to have cancer or you're going to have emphysema and you're going to end up having to carry a big oxygen tank with you everywhere you go. And then it's going to be even harder to walk across flat ground. People have to look at the long term. And I know, like Logan said in the chat, vaping is a very young industry. And I think a lot of this that's going on now, and like we said, you follow the money and it'll take you wherever you need to go to find out the truth. I think vaping now has kind of started to put a dent in tobacco money. And I think that's why all this is happening. Big Pharma lost with, Nicorette, patches, gum, lozenges, whatever. Chantix was a dumpster fire. If any of you ever consider taking Chantix, don't. I took it, and I will never have it close to me again. Uh, some of the, and I'm a sleepwalker. I sleep odd hours. I'm a night owl, so I'm up and down all night. Uh, I'm weird when it comes to sleep. So, the Chantix, what it did to me was I was all messed up. I would literally everything elevated by 60%. I was sleepwalking every night. I was up every hour to 2 hours. I ended up not sleeping because I had so many weird dreams. I didn't get to the suicidal point because I was like, screw it. I got to get away from this because it's making me crazy, literally. So, if anybody out there ever asks about Chantix, just tell them no. Uh, if they don't want to vape, that's perfectly fine. But please tell them don't try Chantix.
Yeah, tell them the true facts about it. It wasn't even made for a nicotine replacement. It was made for an antidepressant.
Yeah.
And that right there is, oh, well, yeah, you might be a little depressed from not being able to smoke cigarettes, but let's just give you an antidepressant because you're going to be depressed. So that way you go psycho and like people have done, killed themselves or killed people in their family. It's like the lady at the vape shop, my local vape shop, the lady who owns it, she said she was trying to make tea, and she said she stood in the pantry for 15 minutes just staring, not moving her hands, not nothing. Her husband went up to her like, "What the hell are you doing?" "Oh, I'm gonna make tea." He's like, "Well, you gonna grab it or are you just gonna stare at it for an hour?" And she grabbed it and she went to go boil it, and she stood right by the stove watching it, and she watched it boil for like, I think he said 20 minutes, like boiling for 20 minutes.
Oh, dang.
And he's like, the bag is busted. What are you going to do? And instead of putting sugar, she put lemonade mix. And then, like, that's just one little thing that she did one day. And after that, he told her, he's like, "No, what? You're done. You're not doing that. We're going to find something else." And I mean, it's not even an effective, or okay, I won't say it's not effective because it might help some people, but I mean you also have to have something messed up in your brain or some other receptor in your brain that's wrong for it to work for you, because a lot of people it does not work for, and some people it might. But let's try the 2 times more effective alternative. You know what? Let's not even hold it up. Shane, hold up a pod system. Now, hold that thing up now. Let's try a two times more effective system to get your nicotine. that also has the same hand emotion
Mm-hmm.
as a cigarette. You get the same feeling because you're inhaling in vapor, which would be the same as you smoking a cigarette. It's not the same, but it's the same feeling and everything. And you exhale, you inhale, you exhale, you hold it in your hand the same way, you vape it, yada yada. It's the exact same thing. That's why it is such an effective alternative, and because you don't smell like an ashtray or an asshole, and you get to sit there and you get to have the world of unlimited flavors.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why we are also here. And this isn't really a transition, but we have a world of unlimited flavors. Yeah, do we need 100 chai tea flavors? No. We need the best ones? Maybe. But Shane might not like this one, but he might have another one that he might like.
Mm-hmm.
He might think this one's gross, but there might be another chai tea flavor out there that he's in love with. Or same thing with like a Frosted Flakes flavor. I mean, like some people say, I'm a kid at heart. I know I really am. I love cereal. Frosted Flakes flavored vape. I mean, it's oh well, that's appealing to kids because kids like Tony the Damn Tiger. No, it's not. They want this because they want to be idiots and they want to be able to get a little nicotine buzz. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's just oh, it's we don't need everything in the world, but we do need to fight for what we have. And people making ignorant statements and people doing these stupid videos or oh, we know one jewel pod contains the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. So we know that. I mean that they make something that is not as big as this box, so compact, like a jewel. The little pod in it, it's super small. It's like the size of a drip tip, like a bottle cap, like the size of a bottle cap.
Yeah.
Instead of carrying, I mean, you could carry something like that instead of something the size of this box mod to get your whole fix instead of smoking a combustible. That will also save you. I mean, yeah, like me and Shane say all the time, we spend way too much money. Swaggins is in the chat. He can really go for that one. He spent way too much money on this stuff. But in the long run, if you add up everything, will add up to how much you'll pay for your medical bills if you do get cancer and you have to get treated with chemo and all of the surgeries and everything. No, that's one thing I need to get facts on. I need to see how much the average cost for someone who has lung cancer or throat cancer from combustibles or whatever. I'm gonna look up and see how much the average cost is, and then I'll put in. I'll see how much I spend on vaping in a month, and I'll get a couple other people's opinions on how much they spend in a month, and we'll kind of average it out, and we'll multiply that times however many years, and
Yeah.
we'll see what the difference is. Because to me, I could honestly spend 10 times more on this than I do on the doctor's visits, the packs of cigarettes, the amount of lighters people lose, and you got to buy a new one like every other week. I'd rather pay 10 times more on vaping gear, which I do not want to do. So don't take this the wrong way. But I'd rather spend that much more to be able to have my health and be able to live longer. Because to me, my life costs more than the government lying. My life to me costs more than anything else in the world. Having an extra minute, having an extra second, an extra day, a year, whatever it is, to me that's priceless. Like no one can give me $1 million and say, "Hey, will you die a year earlier?"
Yeah.
Now, that's $1 million right there that you can use. Or that's another year, especially if you have children, that's another year you can see your child grow up and be, you never know what could happen in that year. So, I mean, it's time to put down the cigarettes. It's time to help people. Now, we all go out there, and I know I'm going off on a rant, but we all go out there, we do our hand checks and everything like that. But I mean, instead of just, oh, hey, M Turk Dreamer, and I'm not calling anyone out because I am guilty as hell for it. Look at this cool setup, all red, M Turk. I got the Dreamers, I got the solid silver contacts, I got the black button, I got the Inferno tip, everything matchy matchy. I know we always joke around about it and matchy matchy. Everything matchy matchy. Everything looks super awesome. Whenever we post something cool like that, let's also throw maybe in the top, bottom, middle. It doesn't matter. 95% healthier and safer. Saved my life. I mean, even in the hashtags, it doesn't matter where you put it, but we need to get the facts out there. besides just they look cool. We need to let people know, hey, this is a life-saving product that is 2 times more effective than something that's going to make you go psycho and want to commit suicide. I am done with my rant. You may go.
Hey, if you feel it, you go with it, man. That's the way this
Yeah,
works. But
I
one
see you
thing,
don't mind today because you got that ice cream next to you.
yeah, I know. I'm just sitting here looking at it like, man, my ice cream's melting. Uh, one thing that I thought about was cancer policies. I don't know if every company offers it. I know there's been a lot of companies that I work for that offer cancer policies.
Mhm.
I wonder if vaping is taking a part of their money. Saw a random hand come by there. Okay, hold on. My ice cream is leaving. Why are you taking my ice cream? Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. So, but back to the subject here. Sorry. They're taking my ice cream to the freezer so I can have it later. Yeah. So they don't want me to eat it now, obviously. Uh, but cancer policies. How much is vaping saving on people's cancer policies? That you don't have to have a cancer policy now. I would, in my very, 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 very non professional opinion, if I'm vaping something or if I'm using something that's 95% healthier, I would not pay for a cancer policy. I don't pay for a cancer policy now, but if I had one before and switched to something that's 95% healthier, I would absolutely get rid of it. And, Logan said some stuff on cancer treatment cost, and with a thumbs up, which we all know that a lot of that cancer treatment stuff, they'll only pay a certain percentage on your normal insurance. That's the reason they want to try to upsell you for a cancer policy.
Mhm.
And, now it's to the point where, speaking on insurance,
Ooh.
a lot of these insurance companies will actually, if you are a smoker or a vapor, they try to charge you more. And I don't agree with that if you're vaping. If you're smoking, it's kind of iffy. I don't know the research behind it, and I don't understand. And I understand that yes, it could cost them more money, but it's one of those things that you never really know at this point. I'm only 42. I don't see the point of charging me more simply because the guy that's 60 and hasn't retired yet and smoked for 50 years, he's having to do a lot and using his insurance a lot. So now I'm having to pay more because of it. So uh, I just don't, and that's something that just crossed my mind. If vaping is taking away from the insurance companies also, which could also be linked back to big pharma, because they have a well working relationship with each other. With yeah, we'll pay this much for your new medicine, or you give us this amount for it, and we'll, you know, I, there's a lot of workings going on between insurance companies and big pharma, I believe, and I I, I just think there's a lot out there that we don't really know yet. And I don't know if we'll ever know the whole truth, but I think we'll eventually get a lot of it out. It's same thing with JFK. Eventually we'll find out the whole shebang of what happened. So,
And here's something right here: lung cancer treatment cost helper health. I put the link in there. This is just now. This is not me doing a full dive into. Let me go look and everything. This is just a real quick. Hey, let me Google a thought, which it took what 5 seconds. It says right here surgery, which can cost $15,000 or more, plus chemotherapy, which can cost anywhere from $10,000 to $200,000 or more. Radiation therapy, which can cost $10,000 to $50,000 or more, and then drug treatment therapy, which can cost anywhere from $4,000 and up. And then plus you have to worry about other things like if you have to be in the hospital, well, then there's your hospital, however much you're spending to stay in the hospital. So right there, I mean, the big number that shot out to me was $200,000. I mean, even the lowest number was like 4,000. That's just for like medicine. And how many people have you honestly seen that have fought cancer with just pills that they prescribe you? And I mean, there's so much more that I'm gonna look into on it, but I mean, it's just crazy. It's yeah, like Logan said, the website looked fishy. Uh, I mean, it's just one thing I just want to pull up real quick to look at, but I mean, I'm gonna do way more research into it, but that's just a rough estimate. I mean, those numbers kind of sound a little bit right, but I mean, there's so much more out there to where you can actually get information from for this. And I'm pretty sure you could ask people who've had cancer and chemo and how much did you have to pay? How much did you have to pay through insurance? How much did your insurance pay? And I mean, just the cost of it alone to go out there and buy $100 starter kit with a sub ohm tank and a bottle of juice and two batteries. $100 to start. Or if you want to go cheap and you want to just see if you like it, go cheap. Go buy you a little pod system. What are you going to spend? Probably $20 on a bottle of juice that's going to last you a month or two, plus another $20 to $40 for a pod system. So anywhere from $40 to $60 instead of spending hundreds of thousands, tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars on medical treatment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to me, that's a win. That's just me.
Yeah. Well, you put it this way: this is one of the best pod systems on the market. You can get it for $30 online. Okay, this is the unopened liquid that I use in here. I get these on eJuice BOGO, $15 for two.
Yep.
So $60 altogether. I've got a whole setup. This comes with two pods. So this is actually, I've had this for almost 2 months, and this is the second pod. So the pods last forever. So you're in it $60. You have at least 2 months worth of pod, and that it only holds 2 mLs at a time. And if you're using it like you're supposed to be using a pod system, not all day every day, because you're going to go through battery after battery. But I charge this like every 2 days. That's how much I use it. I mainly use it at work, and I'll hit it here every once in a while. But if you're using it to transition, yeah, you're going to use it a little bit more, so you may end up buying more liquid. But you're looking at $15 for 60 mils. Filling it at 2 mLs a fill, that's a whole lot. I don't feel like doing math at the moment, but that's a lot of fills. So,
It'd be 30 fills.
but still, I mean, I only fill it
Yeah.
like maybe I probably fill it every other day.
Yeah.
So,
That's the same thing with my pots. I like everyone sees I use
orchid,
the
yeah,
and I think it's like probably like 2.5, 3 mils. No, it's probably like 3, 4
yeah,
mils, something like that. It's a good size. And honestly, I feel like I don't use it very often. I'll use it every now and then. Like if I want, okay, I bring a bunch of fruit setups. I'll bring that to work. It has a custard dessert type setup. So I'll hit that, or if I'm like, okay, I gotta go outside, hit something real quick before a meeting. Okay, I got something real quick to hit before a meeting, instead of having to sit there and drip and then vape and then drip and then vape.
mm-hmm,
It's something real simple and quick to use. I mean, yeah, it's a transition thing, but it's also something that everyone can use in their everyday life. I'm
right,
not saying go out there and go stealth vape and everything while you're in your office or while you're at work, but I mean, it's something that can help so many people, and it's something that's so easy to be able to find too. Now, the price that I gave you was from a vape shop. Shane did it from online. I mean, even if someone's like, no, I don't want to spend the $60 a start or the $100. Hell, throw them some websites. That's what I do.
mm-hmm,
There's an elderly lady I just helped not too long ago. I think she's about 60. A buddy of mine at work, his mom wanted to stop smoking and start vaping. I gave her some bottles of juice to try out, and she said, "All right, well, how much is this?" I said, "Well, it's about $20 at a vape shop, $20 to $30." She said, "Oh, I can't afford, I can't keep buying that." I was like, "You know what? I'll send you some websites." Send her
Mm-hmm.
some websites. The bottle I sent her is like $8
Yeah.
or $9, and it's just like you can find stuff so much cheaper. Yeah, go out there, support the vape shops if you can. If you are in a money crunch and you cannot support the vape shops, I'm not saying turn back to cigarettes. I'm not saying stop vaping. You can stop vaping. That's awesome. If you can stop vaping and not go back to combustibles, that's awesome. But support your local vape shops when you can. But also, there is cheaper alternatives. There's healthier alternatives. There's a lot of different alternatives to everything. All it does is take a little bit of looking.
Right.
So make sure y'all do y'all's look.
Yeah. Google Foo, as Green Green says.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I mean, there's so many places out there where you can get this stuff, and I'm like Jay. I love to support my local B&M, the good one. I don't ever go to the bad one because that guy's an idiot. Uh, I love going in there and talking to those guys and seeing how they're doing, and pick up maybe a couple of things. I've bought pod systems there. Bought this. I actually got this Nord from there. They had a good sale, and it was only like $5 more than what you can get it online. And I was like, yeah, I'll take it. I like supporting you guys because you're right here in my community. Uh, and that's still where I get all my coils and stuff from my Nord. Is I'll go back in there and see those guys. But I keep my Caliburn and my Nord in my pocket all the time when I'm at work. Uh, the warehouse where I am is 150,000 square feet. So, and if you're looking at it, the office where my office is right here. And then when I have to go to shipping, it's all the way on this end of the building right here. So I can put those two in my pocket. And if I need a quick, nick fix while I'm down there, I can just step outside in shipping and hit my, either one a couple of three times and then walk back in and do what I got to do. I don't have to carry this in my pocket, you know, or take this and the bottle of juice that goes with it. Uh, I think that's kind of what turns off a lot of people that want to switch but don't understand what they can do. And the biggest advice I can give to those people is go to your local shop, even if you don't buy anything from there. Go in there and ask them. Hey,
Yep.
what I want to quit. What is the best thing for me to quit? If they try to sell you one of these, get the hell out. E-
Yeah.
email
Like Shane said
me.
though, yeah, yeah. And then like if you're gonna go to your local one, if it's like a chain one ran by a lot of young people, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying don't go to it, but most times they might work off commission and stuff. But the like my local one, like probably like Shane's, it's a little mom and pop one. It's
Mm-hmm.
probably two people who work there, and they're probably a couple or something. That's like my local one. If someone comes in there like, oh yeah, well I want to buy this. If they had a purge mod or say something just stupid expensive, some high end mod, I guarantee you before they tried to sell that, they would try to sell a little $10 pod system because I think
Mm-hmm.
they carry Stigs. I guarantee you that would be the first thing he would say. Hey, here, this is like $5-10. I don't even know how much they cost. Buy something super cheap, try it, come back and let us know how it was.
Yeah.
That's what my local vape shop does, and honestly, I hope that's what a lot of local vape shops do because I've been in those shops before where I don't. I've done it on purpose where I don't carry a mod in there. I'm just like, oh, I'm just looking around. Like, oh, you interested in vaping? I'm like, yeah, I'm interested in vaping. And they're like, oh man, well, are you just getting into it? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh man, you should come look at this mech mod or oh this one. I'm like, oh, well, how much is that? Oh, it's like 200 or 300 or try to give you the biggest starter kit. And
Yeah.
it's like really, I mean, like, I'm telling you, I just started vaping. Why would y'all try to do stuff like that? So go to the people, ask them questions. You don't have to, like you said, you don't have to buy stuff from them because a lot of times they'll just answer your questions. They're trying to help out because they're in it for the right reason. That's what we
Mm-hmm.
need more people in vaping for. Is in it. We need more people that are in it for the right reason, and that's honestly the type of people me and Shane talk to is the people that are in it for the right reason. The people who are in the
Mm-hmm.
chat right now are the people who are like that, like Logan.
Yep. And one thing I wanted to throw out there was There was a message in the Alabama CASA group. If you're not a part of CASA on Facebook and on their website, it's free to register. Please go do that and look for CASA in your state. They have a Facebook group for each state, and they are actively looking for moderators for those Facebook groups. So if you're in whatever state you're in, uh, please go do that. They need people to help. They can't do everything from their main group, so they ask for moderators within that state to help out and post what's going on. So that's just another way that you can advocate, and you can play your activist role, and you don't really have to do anything. Everybody is a keyboard warrior. Everybody is on Facebook almost every day. You know, at least checks their Facebook every day. So why not take a couple of extra minutes and say, hey, I want to be a part of this. I want to make a difference. This may be how I do it. Hey, they're not posting something that's going on, one state over from me, and I don't see anything about it in this group. And there could be people here that don't know that's going on. Become a moderator so you can post that stuff, so you can share it, and try to make a difference. That's really really big for people to actually step up in those roles, and that's what I did. I'm a moderator now for the state of Alabama. I think I'm the only one right now, but I'm sure there'll be more come along, and I wish everybody. So that's just something that I
Yep.
wanted to share real quick, because if I didn't, I would have forgot. On your channel this week, Jay.
I did I did a mail time yesterday, so if y'all haven't checked it out, go check it out. I got some pretty cool stuff in, and I like doing the mail times because I like opening stuff. I mean, it's almost like Christmas sometimes and birthdays. So I like opening stuff, and I like showing people what I'm getting, and it also gives you a look at what I might be reviewing soon. And there might be some good information like giveaways and stuff like I might be having soon. So just make sure
Ooh.
you stay on the lookout for that. Um, I have a review coming out for the Unity tomorrow. I know it's a little late, but hey, it's never too late to give your opinion. And then I probably have another review, and then like I said, maybe the giveaway this week. You never know. So just stay on the lookout. And of course, you can follow me on any of my social medias. Uh, Message me, email me, whatever y'all need to do. If anyone needs to get in contact with me, social media or email is the best way without me giving out my phone number. But just if you, like we always say, don't be afraid to talk to anyone. Don't be afraid if you have an opinion. If we might have done something wrong, said something wrong, even if it's good or bad, email, message, comment, whatever it is. If you think we ranted too much, I don't care. Go ahead and put it in there and just let everyone know so that way, or let us know so that way we know what to help y'all out on, or maybe some topics y'all want us to touch on, because there are a lot of topics out there. And like me and Shane, we're doing this 2 times a week now, once on his channel, once on mine, because we want to get as much information, because we want to keep it fresh in our brain.
Right.
Because there's sometimes like on the Weekend Wisdom, whenever we were only doing it once a week, there's sometimes like, oh crap, what is that one about again? And me and Shane before the show would be talking, hey man, make sure you go reread this one, because there's stuff that just isn't fresh in your brain. So this is
Right.
a way for us to help y'all and help ourselves.
A-
So
And a lot of
make
times
sure you
there is a lot. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
go subscribe to Shane Oakley
Yeah.
underscore SCFC.
Yeah. Hopefully, if they're here, they're already subscribed. We're hoping. Can't guarantee that, but we're hoping. So,
And hit the notification bell, because you never know when we're gonna have another mess up.
yeah, that's true. Please hit the bell. I don't go live often, but please hit the bell. But and if you need Jay's phone number, just email me and I'll give it to you. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, no, if any questions, comments, always feel free to email me. My email will be down there in the description. Uh, it's letyourvoicebeheard.so@gmail.com. Any suggestions, questions, comments, nothing stupid to me. So please feel free to email me with anything. If you need help with something, if you think I need help with something, it doesn't really matter. But just want to thank you for everyone that's out there. Uh, Oh, no, Logan, I could not. I don't think I could break down the pharmacological properties of nicotine. I'm pretty smart, but I haven't made it that far yet. So maybe one day.
We have
But
a plant chemist at our I have a plant chemist at our work, and they majored in chemistry and all that kind of stuff. So maybe I can talk to him about looking into that. That might be cool.
one thing that I thought about that maybe we could kind of incorporate, you mentioned the 95% healthier hashtag and stuff like that. Instead of doing our standard randomizer giveaways, maybe we could kind of incorporate that into, hey, you tag your thing, 95% healthier and weekend wisdom or weekday wisdom, and maybe we could roll a randomizer with those and see if we could do it that way. That will get more, information out there, and will kind of entice people to post that kind of stuff. Don't know if we could ever
Well, you
work
know
that
what?
out. Go ahead. Uh,
Well, you know what? I actually have two that I might steak and shrimp done, man.
oh, time to go.
But I actually have two that I might be giving away. I might have two that might be given away. So, you know what? That's a good idea. I might do one just for the review giveaway, and then I might do the other for that. So just make sure y'all stay on the lookout. I'm not saying watch all of our shows, watch everything. We don't make money off of this. So if you leave a bad comment, I'm not gonna get mad because I don't make no damn money. I don't care. But
Yeah.
I would like to know your opinion. But also, I want to be able. And that's the one thing, like Shane said, is maybe we do something like that because there is sometimes where giveaways are done. And I'm like, man, I kind of wish giveaways could be done without people feeling bad or mad about, oh well, he gave that away because he knows them. I'd rather I kind of want to give stuff away to people that do stuff for the community or are really involved in it. Now, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, there might be that random Joe Blow come through and, oh hey, I won the giveaway. I mean, that's cool. You're giving back to people. But I honestly, I having two of the products I want to give away, that might be a cool thing to do because might be able to give away to someone who's really deserving. I'm not saying no one out there is undeserving of it, but give it to someone who's really deserving of
Mm-hmm.
something. That'd be really good.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and I love giving stuff away. I just don't have stuff to give away right now. So maybe one day. So, but thank all of y'all for tuning in. Oh yeah, Logan said check ID. Yes, we will check ID.
Yes. Oh yeah,
Uh,
I'll be sure to get a copy or a
yeah,
photo of their ID, address, and everything. It has to match up. If you're That's the one rules of the giveaway. If your ID does not match up with your information you're giving me, you will not receive it.
yeah,
On to the next first.
yeah. Hate it for you, but we have to. We have integrity, and we're not going to do anything to damage our integrity. That's just not going to happen. So, but like I said, thank y'all for tuning in. We'll be back next week. Logan said you have to charge $2. But anyway, I hope y'all have a great week. Always remember, let your voice be heard, and we need unity in the vape community. So
Yes, sir.
we will be here next week. We will be Saturday with the weekend wisdom. Uh, I don't know if we're going to have a guest. We may have a surprise. We're not going to say anything, but you never know. You just have to tune in and find out. So I hope you guys have a great rest of the week.